Hi, so one of the questions was how to keep other people's cats out of your garden, which is probably the question I'm asked the most because I'm asked by cat owners and also people that don't even have a cat. So it's the question I'm asked the most, but also the one that's the most difficult to answer. Because the only real reliable 100% way I know of keeping cats out of the garden is to install some cat-proof fencing, and a shout out to Protect a Pet that do that. The problem there is if your cat likes to go out over the fences, then they won't be able to do that anymore. They'll be confined to the garden, so that's not ideal for everyone. And if you don't even have a cat, then you're definitely not going to want that fencing either. So it's not an ideal solution, although it is the most reliable solution. So other than that, you could think about ways that these cats are coming into the garden. So I know in our garden at the moment we've got a hole in the fencing, and I've seen a cat come and go through that hole. So I will be blocking that up soon, and hopefully that will make them do a bit of a double take and think, oh, okay, I'll go a different way, even though they can still get over the fence. But it can just make it a little bit more difficult for them to do that. So if your cat comes over, or if a cat comes over a particular fence panel, then you can think about making that a little bit higher or a bit more difficult by putting some trellis on the top and just installing like an extra little bit of paneling there. It can make it a bit more difficult for them to come through. Likewise, if they like to hang out on shed roofs or fence posts and just sort of stare down at your cat and being a bit scary and intimidating, then you can think about ways to block that off too. So, or make it more uncomfortable for them to settle. So like a fence post topper, or you can put some branches on top of a shed roof or something similar, just to make sure that they can't hang out there for long periods of time and scare your catties. You can think about other deterrents too, like the ultrasonic devices you can get that you plant into the ground. In my experience, they don't work very well. I think they probably would work for some cats, but definitely not all. And I've definitely been out, well, because I'm a bit cat mad, passing and looking for who's got these deterrents and what the cat's doing, and the cats are literally just sitting either next to them or sauntering past them, and it doesn't tend to make much difference for a lot of cats. So just bear in mind that's not a 100% reliable way of stopping other cats from coming in. Someone suggested lion poo and putting that in the garden, and I have had that suggested before, along with lots of different species of animal waste. But again, I think a lot of cats would realise that actually